not. What we're talking about today is the fact that in the last 4 years, as part of the coalition government, Liberal Democrats have rescued the British economy, cut taxes for working people, extended apprenticeships, and that, you know, our vision is about a country where every individual has the chance to shine, the chance to fulfil their potential. And that means setting out for the future what we do to get the British economy, not just to keep it on the right track, but to extend that and enable us to move from this kind of recovery phase to where we're trying to renew the British economy. And that means, it does mean in the future taking, once we've dealt with the deficit by 2018, a bit of a different approach to the Conservatives to the nation's finances.
It's a brave message to send out, especially in the wake of just devastating poll results in the local elections and the European elections. I mean, your core vote has just collapsed.
I think what we're finding is that in the areas where we're strong, the areas where we've got MPs and councillors, actually in some of the local elections we had some good results, but there is a huge challenge for us, you're quite right. And that challenge is, having formed the first coalition government for 70 years, having sat down with the Conservatives to sort out the economy, where our country was on the brink back in 2010, we haven't ensured that our economy is recovering, that there are jobs for people in this country, that there's good growth coming through. But I think we also have to set out to people how we're distinct, and that's why we are saying that we're not a party that believes in austerity forever. Once we've balanced the books, we can then move on to a different approach, which is about getting our debts down, but it's also about investing for the future.
But isn't your main problem, unpalatable as it may be to you, isn't your main problem Nick Clegg, who's seen by your own supporters as toxic on the doorstep when they go around the country?
Well, I don't think that's right. I think that Nick has done a fantastic job leading our party, but also making sure as a country that we face up to the economic challenges. You know, when we formed the coalition, people look back now in 2010 and forget perhaps what a parlous state our country was in, how much we needed then to have a government that was capable of taking the difficult decisions. That's what we've had.
But people also don't forget that, you know, Nick Clegg was the one who promised that there wouldn't be tuition fees for students going to university, and they didn't imagine that a Liberal Democrat Party would take part in a government which would cut welfare. And, you know, your core supporters are disappointed, aren't they, in those things?
Sure, but you can also look at, you know, the fact that we're a party with only 10% of the MPs in Parliament. Both Labour and Conservatives wanted to increase tuition fees. But on the things that our major promises at the last election, sorting out the economy, cutting income tax for working people by lifting the threshold to £10,000, getting a different approach on terms of the green economy. Many other things too, extending apprenticeships. We've delivered on those things. And I think that as a party, we have to stand up and be confident about the difference we've really made to this country over the past 4 years, because it's a huge thing.
Could you do a better job as leader?
Absolutely not. Nick Clegg is doing a superb job as leader. I think that the lesson from the elections is we all have to work even harder to get across the difference we've made. That's what we're going to be campaigning on over the summer. But also we need to start setting out, which is what Nick is doing in his speech today, how there's a distinctive Liberal approach about making sure that everyone has opportunities for the future.